everyone, hope you're all well. So thanks to all my subscribers, it's great to have you back in the workshop in the new year. It's fantastic to see you all again. Thanks for sticking with me through Christmas. Anybody else who wants to subscribe, you'll find a subscribe button down at the bottom somewhere. Just give that a click and then you'll get to subscribe to the channel and you'll get updates on everything that I'm doing here. But anyway, we've got lots to do, so let's get cracking. But before we get to what we're making today, I thought I'd show you one or two of my Christmas presents. So first up is this bad boy. This is the Robert Sorby Super Duper Cut Everything Wood Turny system. Right, this is the Sovereign system. You've got a handle there, an extension there, you've got a parting tool which is a lot thicker than the one I've got. Makes short work of getting through things, but the real interesting bit is this bit here, which is the main shaft. I said shaft. And this here has got interchangeable heads with these two parts here. So you've got a round scraper, square scraper and a diamond scraper, and then a few other bits and pieces that you can put on it. I know it looks a bit beaten up because I've already gone ahead and used it. I'm sorry you didn't get to see it while it was all pristine, but it was sprung on me as a bit of a surprise and I couldn't wait to get out in the workshop and use it. So that's exactly what I've been doing. So I thought, great Christmas present, can't get any better than this. Turns out it can. Baba! I got a new bandsaw. This is the Charmwood W721. Yeah, it's gone through things like butter so far. I've cleaned it up a bit so it does at least look like I haven't used it, but in truth I have. And that's what we're going to be using today. Right, so what we're going to use today is this bit of ash. Right, it's a lovely looking piece, but there's not too much character on this. It's quite a plain bit of wood, but that's alright, because you know what? We're going to add the character. What we're going to do is we're going to stick it inside of this and we're going to add some resin, but we're not just going to put resin around the outside because that would be boring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this up on the bandsaw into little pieces and then lay it inside here, get it all sort of measured out so that there's like rivers of space in between all the bits of wood, and then going to resin it all back together again. But then with the resin, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some of this. Now this stuff is glow in the dark pigment. So you add this to the resin as you've mixed it and then it glows in the dark, and this says it will come out aqua. So I don't know what it's going to look like, I don't know how much of this to put in to get the effect that I'm after, but like everything in life, we're just going to wing it, hope for the best. That looks wicked, doesn't it? Kind of like a jigsaw. So I want each of these channels to be sort of similar in size. So it's just going to take a little bit of jiggering around in the pot. But we'll get this stuck in the pot, get it ready for putting the resin in. Right, there we go. And I think that's going to look pretty cool. So, next step, mix up some resin, whack it in there. Okay, so I think we're ready to pour. So that was 200 grams of resin, 100 grams of hardener and 3 spatulas full of the pigment, all very scientific. Now I know this is not going to be enough, but what I thought I would do is I would make this in layers, and then any variation in the amount of UV that you get might give it quite a cool effect. So it's just a guess, but we'll give it a whirl, see how it goes. So let's get pouring. Okay, right, so there it is in there, drying, curing, going off, whatever. So we're going to leave that 24 hours. It might take a little bit longer because it is so cold out here. So when that's cured and gone off, we will have a look, see what we've got. Right, so this has took 24 hours to dry and go off properly. I've got rid of the log, flipped it over, and let's have a look and see what's inside. And there we go, that's a pretty good cast. Why on earth did I put such a big piece of wood on it? Right, so first thing we're going to have to do is turn this bit of wood off, because I'm stupid and put a massive bit of wood on it without thinking, and this has now welded itself to that. So unfortunately this is going to go straight in the bin. So we'll cut this off, stick a faceplate on here, and we'll get turning this off and see what's inside. Right, so I've got this bad boy centered up on the lathe. It's a little bit out of center, it's a little bit wobbly, but it's not too bad. I've put some extra long screws in because I've noticed there's a little bit of a gap between the resin and the ply that it was sat on. So I've put some really long screws in so we know that we've grabbed this part here, so it's not going to come flying off and smack us in the face. Right, so next job is to turn on and start shaping the bottom, put the recess in there so it can be reverse chucked, and then hollow out this side. Quick update, turning resin, as it turns out, is not much fun. It's hard going, really hard going, but I finally got down to some wood here. There are still patches of resin on here, so that's all got to be faced off yet, and getting down to the wood here where I've cast it inside a bowl is proper hard going. There's chips coming off it and everywhere, but I need to get down to this wood, so going to keep cracking on, and then I'll come back to you when the workshop is completely filthy like this. And I've literally been turning about 5 minutes, but we are getting there. Parts of the wood started to show now. Just got to keep going until all of this resin is off and I'm down to bare wood, and then we can start putting the form in this side, and then hopefully flip it over, turn this piece of ply off and start hollowing out. So we'll keep going and we'll crack on. Right, it's looking great. Sanded that right back to 600 grit now, and it's really smooth. There are some light superficial scratches and that in the resin, but I'm going to boff on a layer of wood turning abrasive paste. This Yorkshire grit stuff, it's really good stuff. It's got tiny little bits of grit in it, so that will bring all these scratches out hopefully, and it will just feed the wood with a load of oils and natural nutrients, beeswax and mineral oils and stuff, so it'll just bring the colour out as well. there we go, that's the Yorkshire grit on, and most of those scratches have come out. It's looking really, really nice now. It's still a little bit gritty, so I'm just going to let that go off for a couple of minutes and just let the oils and the greases and waxes and that soak into the wood, give it some protection. But look at the colour, man. The colour's amazing. Love that. Really come out well. So we'll wait for a minute and then we will buff this up with some wood wax, and I might even put a layer of shallow wax on it as well, just to really give it a shine. And then we should be ready to flip this over in the chuck and start the hollowing out procedure, which should be fun. Alright, there we go, that's looking amazing. I'm really happy with that. It's gorgeous. So, time now to take this off the chuck, flip the jaws into the recess that we put in back here, and take the faceplate off and then get to hollowing this out. So let's get the carbides out and let's chew this up. Nightmare. I have got 7 holes and 1 knot hole filled with screw. Yeah, nightmare. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to turn around this. So I'm going to turn this side and try and chisel underneath it and get it out, because that could be a nightmare. So we'll whack this on the lathe, get it spinning, and just got to remember to watch out for that bad boy, because if I clip that, God knows what'll happen. You know, these things happen, it's all learning. So we'll get this going and see how it goes. Area to avoid, area to avoid. Okay, I've had a bit of a mare. So I've had 2 disasters. The first thing that happened was I had an almighty catch. Don't know if you can see that, but the chisel just dug in, gouged me out a massive groove. And if I show you where the lathe is, so that piece of wood was here and it landed over there. Luckily I was stood behind it, so it didn't catch me, but it came off the lathe, and in doing so, unfortunately, it has tore, I don't know if you can see that, but it's tore the recess. Luckily, I've still got this ring on here, which is resined to this bit of wood, so I'm going to put the wide jaws on, reclamp that, turn it back over, and redo the recess in there. But I'm probably going to have to refinish the back of this piece, because I don't know where it impacted on the floor. I can't really see it, but it's bound to be somewhere, and I bet you I'll finish the bowl, and then I'll find where the impact was, and it'll drive me insane. So I'm just going to take all the finish off of the back and redo it. Okay, so that's going to take me a little while, so I'm going to come back to you when that is done and it's back on the lathe facing that way, and we'll continue getting all of this bump out here and this stupid ring with this god awful screw stuck in it. Alright, wish me luck, I'll see you in a while. Okay, so the back's been finished again, recess has been put in there. I've tried to keep it as small again, just tried to chance me on one more time. And if we look around the front, we can see a gap a screw used to be. So that's come out now. So it's been in here all day, I've had the lights on all day, so I'm hoping it's charged a bit. So fingers crossed when we finish this, it'll be really bright and we'll be able to have a look and hopefully see what it will look like as the finished product. But like in everything, there's no guarantees. So I'll keep everything crossed, and let's blitz this down and get it finished. it is, we are finished and it's come out beautiful. Colour's really nice. Again, I think there was a bit of a burr starting there because this side of it has gone really orange, but it's left this side like really white and mottled. Beautiful bit of wood. Can't remember what the hell I started with. I don't know, I can't remember what it is. It'll be at the beginning of the video anyway. Split up on the bandsaw, chucked a load of UV resin in there, reformed it, and then turned it into a bowl, and fingers crossed, here we go, this is going to light up. Now you may not be able to see it on the video, but I'll tell you what I can see, and then you're just going to have to trust me that it's working or not. But fingers crossed, it glows a little bit. It's been in the lights all day, so here we go. Well, I can see it. It is glowing. It looks awesome. It looks amazing. I hope you can see this. I hope the camera's picking this up because it looks brilliant. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that lights up great. I'm really, really happy with this. I can't believe how well it's worked. So, yeah, top job, 100%. Right, that's it from me. I'll see you again next time. Just like to say a huge thank you to all of my subscribers, and also a massive thank you to anybody else who's recently subscribed and the guys that are sticking with me throughout the weeks and throughout the videos. I really appreciate it. Stick with me, there's loads more coming. I've got tons of ideas. So it just leaves me to say, hit the subscribe tab, hit the like, leave a comment. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time in the workshop. Cheers everyone.